Hello, everything working? A text is somewhere. It is.
Okay, you can talk.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, you turned the volume on the car?
What station?
No, just never mind. I'll just put it here.
1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm supposed to talk? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey, you guys make sure you are not connected to the MiFi. So we're good?
All right, that sounds good. All right, that sounds good. So there's going to be that much delay? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But on the plus side,
It doesn't matter since I won't be hearing it. I don't
Exactly.
suppose. Yeah.
and I told him, I was like, I'm going to let him know that we're up and running, and basically told him to use that in queue or turn down so that when we go on, he'll know because we'll count down on the
Okay,
microphone
yeah.
and just tell him, we can, do it that way.
All right, all right.
So you can go ahead and set your mic up there if you want.
1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check.
Hey, how's it going? You can refresh that screen and you should see our screen coming up, say live on it. Okay, go ahead and click on it and make sure you can get our audio from it and everything. Alright, good. Oh. Yeah, it's a little bit delayed on there. Okay, so what'll happen is basically you just leave that up. You can leave it in queue and listen to it, and Gary will give you a heads up when it's time to go. He'll be like, okay, well, we've taken it in X, He's thinking about 2:45.
I think something like that. Yeah.
Probably around 2:45. If we see something coming, we'll let you know ahead of time.
I'll turn this off to save the power.
Okay, talk later. Okay, we'll do.
1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's good. All right. Steve, it'll be a little while longer. This parade is really slow in taking on. Actually, we can see the lead car in the parade. It'll be probably 10 minutes before it gets here. 5 to 10 minutes, let's say. But we'll give you the word as to when we want to start the broadcast, okay? Well, it may be quicker than that. That police car is moving a lot quicker than it was a while ago. So hang on here. And I'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown to airtime.
Right about that 35-mile-an-hour speed limit sign is here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be able to catch him.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Steve, we're getting close to getting ready here to broadcast. Getting ready very soon to do the broadcast. Okay, broadcast will start in 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon and welcome into the annual Waynesville St. Robert Area Chamber of Commerce Veterans Day Parade. This parade being brought to you by Security Banks of Pulaski County, B&B Theater, Patriot 12 of Waynesville, St. Robert Family Dental, Waynesville and Richland Memorial Chapel and Crematorium, Balfour Beatty Communities, AirServe, VFW Post 3168, Piney Ridge Center, Pepsi Bottling Company, St. Robert Auto Supply, Paul's Furniture, Rolla Manor Care, and Ziering's Farms of Crocker. This parade being held on the exact date that the armistice was signed 100 years ago today. On this date, that ended officially World War I. It was called the Great War, the war to end all wars, but of course we know that it didn't do that. And the war raged from July 28 to 1914 to November 11, 1918, as we said, 100 years ago today. And here we have the Waynesville police car going by, and I believe Chief Dan Cordova is in there. I'm not exactly sure. They kind of got tinted windows, but the Waynesville police car, always the opening round, the opening entry into the Veterans Day Parade. Here's the Fort Leonard Wood Army Color Guard marching by with the American flag and U.S. Army flag. And in the distance, maybe you can hear the Army Band as they begin to play a tune. And as the Army Band marches by, we now have the parade marshal, I believe. I'll hear candy being thrown out from the sheriff's vehicle. I think this is the parade marshal. Gerald Walling and his wife, and you will see him probably sometime during the holiday season playing his horn that he has actually in the old Chevy Impala convertible, which looks really nice. Next up, we see Steve Lynch, 122nd District State Representative, who's been elected. Hello, Steve. How are you? Fine. How are you? And I believe that's his wife driving the car. We have Gene Newkirk, who is the Pulaski County Presiding Commissioner, and he is throwing out candy, but not to us. No, no, not. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And now we see George Lauritsen, who is the mayor of St. Robert, coming by, being a bright red truck, an F-150 Lariat. And yes, Mayor Luch Hardman with her doughboy, and I forgot his name. I should have. His name is, well, she didn't hear me, but she's got a young fellow dressed as a World War I doughboy. Here is the commanding general of Fort Leonard Wood, Major General Donna Martin, and a blue convertible. It is really nice. Josh DeBoers and Cecilia Murray. Hi, how are you doing? Of the Waynesville St. Robert Area Chamber of Commerce. Now we have a long time to go before the next entry in the parade. I have on my list, it should be members of the Ambassador Club of the Chamber of Commerce. Again, this is the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I, and is just not any Veterans Day parade, but actually celebrating the 100th anniversary of Armistice Day, which later was made into Veterans Day, which we celebrate today. But I think through the 50s it may have been known as Armistice Day, and then it was changed to Veterans Day. Our coverage of this parade is being brought to you by Zerings Farms of Crocker, Rolla Manor Care, Paul's Furniture, St. Robert Auto Supply, Pepsi Bottling Company, Piney Ridge Center, VFW Post 3168, AirServe, Balfour Beatty Communities, Waynesville and Richland Memorial Chapel and Crematory, St. Robert Family Dental, B&B Theater, Patriot 12 of Waynesville, and Security Banks of Pulaski County. So the parade is catching up with us right now. There is a fellow who is representing the POWMIA organization. Looks like a veteran there. He has a POWMIA flag on the cart that he is pushing. And let's see what we have next here. We have the commander of the Disabled American Veterans throwing out candy. I believe this car also one of the Disabled American Veterans cars. By the way, there are a lot of kids at the parade. I think more than we have seen 2 years ago. And they know they're going to get candy when they come to the annual Veterans Day parade. Another DAV car vehicle moving by and throwing out candy. We have a little one on a toy, I wouldn't call it a toy, but a little motorcycle, the American Legion Riders, and he is riding along with them a little bit ahead of them. Going to have to move a little faster than that, but he's doing a good job. Here are the American Legion Riders, and you can hear their motorcycles rev up. We have the Ladies Auxiliary of Post 331 now of St. Robert. A truck pulling a trailer and have people sitting on kind of hay bales, and they're throwing out candy to the children. Remind children, of course, they're not listening to me, but don't go out onto the pavement of the road, but there's plenty that they can pick up along the side of the road. POWMIA next up. We have some more riders. I do not know if they are with what group they're with, but I'll try to look to see as they go by. Sometimes on the back of their leather coats they will tell. I do not know. But I know there are a lot of motorcycles in any parade in this area, and especially the Veterans Day Parade, which is alternating between Waynesville and St. Robert. So next year the parade will be up in St. Robert. Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, Missouri Chapter 4-11, I think, pulling a trailer with hay bales and a lot of kids sitting on them. And then here come the motorcycle. A lot of motorcycle veterans groups in this area. And of course, as you would think, they are obviously devoted to paying tribute to the American military and saluting veterans who reside in the area. Well, as much candy as there was on the pavement by the side of the road, that has all been scooped up by the kids around me. Mid-Missouri Women Vets, post 1783 now. I think I see Marge Scott. Hi, how are you doing? Hi. Now what is this? A guy on a bicycle, a pedal bicycle with big wheels. And that is the Marine Corps. He's not currently a Marine, but there is a Marine Corps group in the area. And it's called the Marine Corps League, Sergeant Darrell S. Cole Detachment in St. Robert. Now we have a guy who obviously, here are the young Marines throwing out candy to the kids. Here's a guy who obviously was a Marine a long time ago, dressed sharply in his Marine uniform and strutting down the roadway. And I don't know how to describe this. Well, it's with the Marine Corps League, but it's an old-time automobile. Now here's the Waynesville High School band coming down the road and coming into view. I have the flag bearers. Gonna step out closer to the roadway to have a good look. These are the Marching Tigers. And the flag bearers are dressed in the American flag, basically. Have stars on it and red and white stripes. Hi, how are you? Very patriotic looking display. And now here is the marching band. They just stopped playing a number. They're walking by me right now. And we have some Army soldiers marching by. And here come actually the Navy, the Air Force, are those Marines. And here's the Waynesville High School Junior ROTC Army Tiger Battalion marching by. We have the little cheerleaders of Waynesville, future cheerleaders, and they are shouting as they go by a chant. WIF cheerleaders go fight and win. The Senior Citizens Center, the Waynesville St. Robert Senior Citizens Center with an entry. Beautiful black, brand new Ford F-150. Another Lariat moving by. The Rotary Club of Pulaski County now with their entry. And a platform being pulled by a vehicle. Again, throwing out candy to the kids. Some skaters. 717, the Rockets. The Roller Rockets. That's what they are. Thank you. Guy dressed like Uncle Sam, a little guy, just handed me something. And this is Tax Made Easy. The Roller Rockers, Roller Derby. That's who those skaters represent. We have members of the, I think, Shrine Club. The Color Guard. Yes, from the Shriners. The Richland Masonic Lodge 385. Moving by. We have some Shriners on their motorcycles. There's a guy driving on 2 wheels. Motorcycles have 3 wheels, but they're putting on a display for the people here. And more candy to the kids. Look out. There we go. Next up, Infuse Credit Union with an entry. Have another entry coming by, or at least approaching our viewing station right here along historic Route 66 in Waynesville, west of the Ruby Doo Bridge. And these represent Pack 148 of the Cub Scouts, I believe. Pulaski County Assembly number 78. International Order of the Rainbow for Girls next up. Now we have a very elaborate entry here. I know on the side of it, it's actually looks like a building. All gave some and some gave all. The front of it, or the front of the building, which has the label of Citizens Bank of Newburgh. So it's from Citizens Bank of Newburgh. An American eagle sitting on a stump inside the doorway of that entry. It is very, very first class, I have to say. American flags accenting the entry as well. Well, of course, we're going to, in a little bit, hear from firefighters. Not sure what that organization was. I should have read on the flag draped in front of the vehicle, but did not. As I said, I see a fire truck that's going to be going by pretty soon, and of course, that is a favorite with a lot of parade goers, especially the children to see the big fire trucks. And you can hear them signal out as they wave to the crowd and getting waves back from the children. Pulaski County Democrats with a couple of entries right here. Says Pulaski County Democrats care about people. And the other one, Dems help the least of our brothers and sisters, on the front of the other vehicle. It's the annual Waynesville St. Robert Area Veterans Day Parade. The next parade to be held in Waynesville will come on the first Sunday of December. I think that is December the 2nd, and it will be the Christmas parade. This is a not sure what this entry is. Pulaski County Republicans. Okay, that would make sense. Hi, how are you? So here are some of the Republican office holders. Mike Hedrick, and we have, of course, the county treasurer, administrator, and newly elected state representative from the northern part of Pulaski County. Sue Rapone is the treasurer that we mentioned a little bit earlier, and there is a convertible going by with her name on the side of it. And here is the Salvation Army Midland Division. Howdy. How are you? Good. And a big, big, big kettle. Now you're going to see these kettles around here in the weeks ahead. And the bell ringers. That is a huge kettle. Going to try to fill up a lot smaller kettles and make $85,000 in donations from Pulaski County this year. So you're going to hear about it a little bit later on. The American Red Cross now has an entry. Disaster release. Disaster assistance is free, they remind us. Have some people in Jeeps. I'm sure they're with some kind of organization of owners of Jeeps in the area. That one has a lot of mud on it, but they've had a lot of fun with it, so that's the reason why. And they also are throwing out candy. Now, I think we may have a sign. The Fallen Outdoors Team of Missouri. That's what it says for the entries, the Jeep entries here in the parade. Lowe's 2769, that's the number of the Lowe's store in St. Robert. Big vehicle that they are driving by, and there are people on top throwing out candy to the kids. Gonna have to weigh these kids when the parade is over with, see how much weight they've gained either by the candy they've collected or whatever. Waynesville Rural Fire Protection District next going by, and they are waving at the people here along the sidelines. The Fort Wood Community Spouses Club, a reminder here of the Craft and Antique Fair that's coming soon, November 17th, 9 to 4 at Nutter Fieldhouse at Fort Leonard Wood, so plan to attend that. Again, November 17th, 9 to 4. It is open to the public. Big Santa Claus on the bed of the truck dressed in khakis, I believe. The NAACP, Pulaski County Branch 4008. Getting ready to move past our microphone here in Waynesville. Been a pretty nice day for a parade. We had cold weather, of course, on Saturday and Friday. They were kind of bitter, but much better for today. It is cloudy. And hi, how are you? The NAACP moving by. They also have candy for the children. That's almost goes without having a need to repeat. Bathsheba 14 Veterans Day is what that sign reads. Again, the parade represents the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. I have some information about World War I that we may share with you. We get a break here. Now the next vehicle here is 7th District Deputy Grand Marshal Herbert Green, PHA. Hi, how are you? Some really nice vehicles, I have to say, are entered in the parade. This one, I believe, is I want to say a Mustang, black, just really restored and very, very sharp. It is a Mach 1. See another fire truck coming down, and farther back there's an entry with a whole lot of balloons that we'll be interested in seeing. Again, another entry from the Waynesville Rural Fire Department, or actually they call it the Waynesville Rural Fire Protection District, and it's a smaller truck. The entry with a lot of balloons, the red, white, and blue balloons, still a little bit back, but they'll be coming by very, very soon. By the way, that fire vehicle, Honor and Remember, is the flag that they have flying there in the back along with the American flag. Studio 5, Salon and Boutique now coming by. Realty Executives, that's the one with the red, white, and blue balloons. Seem like they're having fun right there. I think these might be maybe some campfire girls, are not sure exactly. Thank you, Bets, says the banner on the side of the floats. And there are a lot of them, along with parents, have American flags that they're waving. Got some bike riders, and I don't mean the big motorcycles, but pedal bikes. that are starting to move along the parade route. I believe there's a group in the area that does a lot of bike riding and has a club. RWB. Young kids on a platform. Now here is a Ford Fairlane from the 50s, I believe, a white one rolling by. And looks like, now I'm not sure, I have seen this in the past, but not sure what that is. Oh, it's a Thunderbird? Is that what it says? It does say Thunderbird. A blue and white one, but a very unusual form we don't remember seeing when it was new, of course, and it is restored. The CSC Car Club, apparently the two vehicles that I just described were representing. Here's the Missouri Veterans Cemetery Assistance Program, Assistance Association of the Missouri Veterans Cemetery. Now actually, in the days ahead, you'll be hearing about Wreaths Across America, which is something that the Assistance Association gets involved in, and we'll have more information on the air whenever time approaches for that. Some people carrying a sign, Lost in the Woods. A radio flyer there. And here is Sophia Bianco, Miss Missouri High School America 2019, going by. And we have more entries here in the parade. We have the Tri-County Fire Protection District from Richland Way with a ladder truck rolling by. All these firefighting people put in a lot of time that you and I don't even think about, but they, any time of the day or night, they're ready to respond to the need to fight a fire. Navy Federal now has an entry. Al West in a bright orange, and I don't know how to describe the vehicle. It's old, but it's probably new. It's probably been built from scratch. Agape Church is the other entry. I like the balloons that they have in the front of the vehicle. They're red, white, and blue, but the blue balloons have white stars, and I believe the white balloons has red and blue stars, so that represents red, white, and blue. Here's Lowe Chevrolet with an entry in the parade. Good Samaritan of the Ozarks as well in back of them. Getting ready for another motorcycle group to go by. Again, it is Veterans Day 2018, 100 years to the day of the end of World War I. Very significant occasion. All the youngsters here can, in the future, say that they were at the parade, which marked the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. Actually, back in 1918, America was coming off of the deadliest month that the nation has ever had. Not only casualties from World War I, from the soldiers on the battlefront, but also a lot of people died. A lot of people by October of 1918, a lot of people came down with influenza, the deadly influenza that killed approximately 500 to 100 million people worldwide. So I think the celebration back then on November the 11th, 1918 was tempered somewhat by the fact that they were still in the grips of the Spanish flu, which is what a lot of people called the epidemic back then. We have the Troop 205 of Waynesville, Missouri, of the Boy Scouts, marching by. We have Pack 202, Waynesville, of the Cub Scouts. And we have somebody left over from Halloween. Someone dressed in green tights and a jersey there and a green mask. And I'm not up to date on superheroes, so I don't know. And he is walking on what looks like a crutch, but I think he actually can walk, but he's walking that represents one of his legs. Cross Creek Realty is next with their white truck and red, white, and blue banner and American flags. I believe we have two entries from Cross Creek. Big ladder truck now is next up. Kind of hard to imagine this being organized on the parking lot of the middle school. Oh, this is the Fort Leonard Wood Fire Department and their big ladder truck. Hi. Kind of got here a bit early. Usual entry at the parade that when things are set up are the two ladders extended up and a giant American flag draped under the ladders, and that may have happened in downtown Waynesville, but it wasn't up when I came to my viewing point about 12:25 today. R&M Crafters of Lebanon with an entry. Here's Aaron's entry, red, white, and blue. Actually, the American flag displayed in front of the truck. We have some cars. Moving by at the moment. And a tractor in back of these vehicles. Maybe another car club because they just look perfectly matched. That one is a Nissan. And they're playing, one of the cars is playing God Bless the USA. Now here is an Alice Chalmers tractor, an old one. Here are two girls riding on a horse with his legs wrapped in red, white, and blue, waving a POWMIA flag. The Ambassadors Club from the Chamber are here right now. Home of the free because of the brave. Thank you very much. So it looks like now we have a Waynesville truck going by. That may signal the end of the parade. I believe it is the end of the Veterans Day Parade in Waynesville this year, the Chamber Veterans Day Parade. It's been a very nice parade, and the day, well, it could have been better, but it could have been worse, and certainly didn't damp the enthusiasm of the crowd. Waynesville police car will signify the end of the parade. So we've had a good parade representing the commemoration of the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I, the Great War, as it was called. And our parade broadcast has been brought to you on KFPD by the following people: by Security Banks of Pulaski County, B&B Theater, Patriot 12 of Waynesville, St. Robert Family Dental, Waynesville and Richland Memorial Chapel and Crematory, Balfour Beatty Communities, AirServe, VFW Post 3168, Piney Ridge Center, Pepsi Bottling Company, St. Robert Auto Supply, Paul's Furniture, Rolla Manor Care, and Zuring's Farms of Crocker. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our broadcast this afternoon. Want to thank you for being here, and if you could not make it to the parade, listening in on 97.9 FM and viewing it also on our website. Gary Canance bidding you a very pleasant good afternoon.